Ms Sturgeon, the First Minister of Scotland, believes the balance of power in the upcoming House of Commons withdrawal bill Brexit votes lies with Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party. Speaking on the U Confidential podcast, she said, "It is a Tory government. I would always want to see a Tory government not be in office. The SNP in the House of Commons, if there are votes at any point on the customs union and single market, we will be voting to remain in both. Our position is very clear-cut. The question marks arise around how many Conservative MPs are likely to vote for that position. Conversely, how many Labour MPs will vote against that position, and the more united the Labour opposition is on these issues, I think the more likely we will see a majority in favour of the customs union. The single market is possibly less clear-cut, but certainly if Labour is united on the customs union, I think there is a real prospect of there being a House of Commons majority for that." During the interview, the SNP leader turned on Jeremy Corbyn for being out of step with his own party members and Labour voters on Brexit, noting that even now I don't know Jeremy's real position on Brexit. It follows fresh rebellion in the Labour Party to Mr Corbyn's Brexit position after 16 more Labour MPs broke ranks to call for a second referendum. The group of London politicians joined forces with Lib Dem leader Sir Vince Cable and two of his MPs to warn of the dangers that the capital faces when the UK leaves the European Union. The signatories of the letter to the Independent, which urged a deal that keeps Britain in the customs union and single market, included 6 former shadow ministers, several of whom were in place until last year. Politico, get a Brexit news. Nicola Sturgeon promised her SNP MPs in Westminster would vote to stay in customs union. That is a Tory government. I would always want to see a Tory government not be in office. Nicola Sturgeon. Among the 16 are regular Corbyn critics Mike Gapes and Wes Streeting, plus other including Rushnara Ali, Margaret Hodge, David Lammy and Tulip Siddiq. They represent a third of the 49 Labour MPs in London. It comes the day after 10 Welsh Labour MPs called for a second referendum, including Anna McMorran and Antonia Antoniazzi, who are parliamentary private secretaries to shadow cabinet members. Mr Corbyn, himself a London MP, has repeatedly said Labour does not support a second national poll and fired Owen Smith as shadow Northern Ireland secretary for proposing one. Ms Sturgeon was talking after the SNP recently presented its latest blueprint for independence, including plans for Scotland to ditch the £10 years after potentially leaving the UK. A 354-page report titled Scotland, The New Case for Optimism, A Strategy for Intergenerational Economic Renaissance, examined growth, public finances and currency in an independent Scotland. Scottish nationalists are hoping to exploit the Brexit deadlock by pushing for a second independence referendum. Scotland Research Director for Ipsos Mori Mark Diffley said that support for independence jumped after the Brexit vote, but the support soon fell back to 2014 levels.